In under 2 months, I will no longer be here, as I'll be moving to Australia. And yes, that means leaving all you guys at Regents and in Bali and Jakarta as well, and I will miss you all dearly. But instead of a simple goodbye, I thought I'd go bigger. So instead, I created this show, where every 2 p.m. I will invite someone from Regents and ask them about anything. Whether it's advice,
I want you to take care of your body,
an opinion,
It was quite long. It was surprisingly long.
or an experience.
I edited episode 2, and trust me, it was hell.
So without further ado, let's begin the show. Hello, it's that time of day again. You know what time it is. It's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Today, for today's guest, we have a very, very special one, as not only is he the former president of the student council, he's a former house captain, and also a Balinese student. He's also, in fact, my senior. So please welcome Keyan.
Hello everyone, my name is Keyan, and I'm 17 years old, and I'm a senior of Jane.
Yeah. So, what do you think of this setup?
I think it's really cool. I think it's very professional, even though I've heard that you've only done this not more than 5 times. I think this is a really cool setup for, can I say beginner? For a beginner setup, and I think it's a really cool way, for a cool setup for a beginner, let's say.
I see.
It's a very professional setup.
Yeah, I appreciate the praise. So, without further ado, I think, can I know what you are doing right now? Like, stuff you're doing outside school?
Yeah. So stuff I'm doing outside of school is now I'm focusing on my body. Specifically, I'm going to the gym a lot. Right now, I'm going to the gym 6 times a week, where from Monday until Saturday, and Sunday it's a rest day for me. And when I'm not going to the gym, I usually spend most of my hours at my room, usually playing games or doing my homework or just studying for my AS level tests. So that's basically it. I usually just spend most of my time at the gym or at my house doing my own things.
I think working out, doing workout, and also studying is. I think you have gotten a very, very productive life going on right now. Especially since I know, since every day I also done a workout as well.
Oh,
and
I see.
I've known working out is really, really important.
Wait, working out? Do you go to the gym or do you
of
work
course,
out?
I don't think I've got the privilege of going to a gym, but I do exercise every day. I do
I see.
exercise.
And what type of exercises do you do?
It's simple. It's just doing a little bit of sparring. I do a little bit of
Ah.
boxing. It's more so on the footwork,
I see.
and sometimes I occasionally do squat jumps and push-ups as
I
well.
see. Oh wow. Okay.
And although it's not much, I think a little thing can go a long way. I think you would agree as well.
Yep.
But but I'm actually quite curious. What do you've also done workouts at home as well?
Yes,
right?
I have.
Is there a difference between at home and at the gym?
Yep. So a little backstory. The first time I've decided to work out, I work out at my house, because during that time when I work out, it's the beginning of the pandemic. At the beginning of the pandemic, obviously we can't go out, and I was bored at my house, so I decided why not exercise, because at that time I was doing basketball as well. So exercising would really help me out in doing the sports that I'm doing. And so doing exercises at my house, it's really simple exercises. For example, push-ups, squats, jump ropes, jogging around the house, and many more bodyweight exercises.
Oh yeah, I remember you did once. I remember that you once posted a story about your daily workout routine as well. You once posted that on Instagram.
Really?
As well. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember that, and like, wow, that's really good. And then that was actually the inspiration on why I do my
Really?
do workouts as well.
Well, myself, I don't remember posting my workouts in my Instagram because I don't really feel comfortable, But really, I did post it.
Yeah,
Wow.
you did.
Okay.
Well, even though I still remember that I once saw you doing a workout. You describing a workout routine. I don't know how, but I think it was through Instagram.
I see. All right. Yeah, I think I've worked out at my own house for 6 months or so, and then long story, I've transitioned to a gym because I was bored doing push-ups or doing squats in my own house. It eventually gets boring, so I wanted to try a different environment, and so I went to the gym. And the difference here is that in the gym you work out with many people around you. There's many people unlike your house, you work out alone, right?
So there's already a community to
Yep.
begin with.
Yep. So in the gym, it's like you belong to a community where people there have the same vision and mission there. They want to be healthy, whether they're trying to lose weight or they're trying to gain weight. All of them have the same vision of being healthy, and I think that's a really healthy community that I want to be in. And I think that's the first difference. The second difference here is that working at the gym, you can do many things. You can lift. You can use dumbbells. You can use machines. There's many equipments in the gym. Unlike your house.
Yeah, so it gives you more options
Yep.
as well,
Yep.
and as a result, there's also more variety in your workouts as well.
Yep, that's true. Which is why it makes it less boring and more entertaining and more fun.
Yeah, so like that does make sense because like even if you were like bored with one workout, like if you're bored with dumbbells, you might actually you've got other equipment you can work with,
Yep,
like
that's
a
true.
treadmill
Yep.
or a what's that called again? The one where you had to pull it.
Monkey bar?
Yeah, monkey bar. There
No.
is.
A monkey bar, yeah, sure.
And and many others.
Yep.
Like, how many equipment does the gym you visit have? A lot, right?
A lot. I can't say for sure, but my gym, I think it has complete equipments. Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why I go to the gym.
Yeah. Is it? And you've basically also made this a habit where you also go there every day except Sunday as well.
Yep, it's because of that habit that I go consistently. I can go consistently because I have a goal. Because before I started doing a workout, before I started going to the gym, I was really skinny.
Yeah.
I was very, very skinny. I was underweight. I think my body weight was around 50 kilograms when I was grade 10.
Only 50.
50, yep. So I was really, really underweight. And I think that was one of my motivations to go to the gym, to gain weight, to gain muscle, so that I can look bigger.
I think that's quite an underrated view as well because most people think that workouts is only for losing weight, but it kind of gets undermined that there's also people that are that needs to gain weight in order to meet the standards.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The difference here is that how do I say this? People that are overweight, let's say, they usually go to the gym to lose weight, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you can say is physically harder to do when an underweight person is trying to gain weight. When an underweight person is trying to gain weight, it's mentally harder for them. When an overweight person tries to lose weight, it's physically harder.
Oh, so it's like although it's like ongoing, reaching for the same standards.
Yep.
They are different paths.
Yep, they're different paths. So it's mentally harder for a skinny person to go to a more bigger person, because both an overweight person and an underweight person needs to change their mindsets, needs to change their lifestyles in order to
Meet the standard.
to meet the standards. Yeah.
What kind of mentality do you need to have to reach that standard? Because I'm also technically an underweight person. I'm close to average, but I'm slightly underweight. So I'm also in the reason I work out is also to gain muscles as well. As you can see, my arms are just flimsy, hard bones.
I was like that before, but yeah, I think what I mean by mentally harder is that in society people do not criticize apa tuh? Skinny people as much as fat people, in which they think, oh, you're skinny, oh, that's fine, you just need to eat more.
Oh, but it's not that simple.
It's not that simple. Yep. When you eat, because in order for you to get into a better shape, you also need to work out. You also need to work your muscles, and you need to eat as well to gain a better muscle. So I think that mentality needs to be fixed. Your mindset needs to be fixed in order to change.
I think my interpretation will be that because there's a lack of pressure from everyone. Because
Yeah.
when you're fat, there's always that pressure to lose weight. But when you're underweight, you have to create that pressure
Yep.
yourself.
Sure. Yep.
In order to gain weight.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it really was a mental thing.
Yep.
How long did it take for you to go from skinny to standard to fit? I can't say standard, fit.
I started working out at 2020, in 2020 doing home workouts for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped, I think, for about a year. I stopped working out for about a year because I was bored.
Oh,
Literally because I was bored.
Just
And
bored to work out.
yep, and in that 1 year period, I mostly focused on gaming.
Oh, and just like just entertainment as well.
Yep, playing games
And-
and such.
Of course, with the usual study as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I think I started going to the gym on December last year.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, last year.
yep, so I think it's already 5 or 4 months I've started working out. And the difference I can see is that I don't see any difference when I was working out at home, because when I worked out at home, it wasn't like a proper workout. I just did some normal push-ups. I didn't watch what I ate. I ate whatever I wanted, because at that time I only focused on my exercise, on my workouts. I didn't.
But you didn't thought much of the diet.
Yep,
as
I
well.
didn't thought much of the diet. I only focused on my workout. But then when going to the gym, I realized that diet is the most
It's
important.
still also just as important.
Just
as
as
the
important
workout.
as working out. So I focused on my diet and my working out. I saw some progress during the 6 months of the gym. I think I've gained over 10 kilograms. So from 50 kilograms.
10?
Yep. Only I think 10. From 50 to 62, I think. I'm 62 kilograms right now.
So, I actually want to know, when did you enter Regents actually?
I entered Regents when I was in grade 4.
Oh, so you weren't actually one of the originals.
Nope, I wasn't the original.
But you're still entered at primary.
Yep, I entered at primary. Yep.
What was it like when you entered Regents?
It was a different. It has a different environment to it, because my previous school, it wasn't a school like Regents. What I mean by that is Regents, I think it's an international school or
National Plus.
National Plus.
Yeah.
Regents is a national plus. Meanwhile, my previous school was like a standard government school.
So the curriculum is national.
The curriculum is national. Yep. So the transition from a national curriculum school to let's say a Cambridge school is very different. For example, the friends there, the teachers there is very different. So once, I remember this very clearly, but when I entered Regents, the first thing I noticed in the class is that the many friends there, you can see that they're all not Balinese. You can see that there's one from overseas, or one from, let's say, Jakarta. It's all very diverse, very different from my school before.
Where it's usually all just like all Balinese.
Yep.
I would say the same as well, and because I used to be in a different school as well, and it was also national. But thankfully, since that school's got some extra, it got some additional options if you want to go beyond national. So I managed to study a little, so I was a bit familiar with the national plusness. But I was still taken aback by how hardcore the subjects are.
Yeah.
Like it's got different focus, So previously, the main focus was around Bahasa Indonesia, and also, if I wasn't wrong, science. Yeah, it was science. And now in Regents, there's still the focus on science, but then it's now on English,
Yep.
and also on public speaking. So
Yes.
it's different schools got different focus as well.
Yep, that's true.
And now you've gotten accustomed to it as well.
Yes, I think I've been at Regents for how many years? Yeah, from grade 4.
6, 5, 7 years?
7 years.
Yeah, it's 7 years. So that means you've definitely accumulated a lot of experiences.
Yep.
And I think for an average Regent student, you've actually gotten some very highs in your entire student years. I mean, you were the president of the student council.
I was the first president of the student council. When the student council was first created, I was the first student council elected by Miss Nana. I do not know the reason why, but she elected me as the first president. I think before the student council was made, the the houses were first formed. It was in grade.
So it was houses first and then student council.
Yep. So I think when I was in grade 8, I think you weren't here before.
Yeah, I
You weren't
wasn't
here when I was in grade 8. The 4 houses were formed.
Oh, so it's by then it was
Yep.
formed.
And then I was the first house captain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was one of the 4 house captains. Miss Nana chose me eventually to be the president of the student council.
And then after that, I mean, if I wasn't wrong, it was the house captain was then replaced by Stephen and Nicole.
Yes, Stephen and Nicole.
Yeah. I was there by that point.
Really? Wait, you were there? Okay.
Well, no, because like I joined at like grade 8, so as soon as that shift happened, I joined.
Yep.
So I've also kind of like pieced the puzzle together to see what happened.
Okay.
And then after that, you were president for like 1 year.
I was president for 2 years.
Oh right, and after that it was after you stepped down and then Wira came in.
Yeah.
What was
Wika.
it? Oh right, Wika. Sorry, wrong.
Oh, really? Oh yeah, Wika.
Yeah, it was Wika. And what do you think of Wika right now?
Oh, I think she's doing an excellent job. Last year it was we were doing mostly online studying, right?
Yeah.
And then as a student council, you need to prepare the events and such. And I think from my perspective, it's really an extreme challenge. It's a challenge to do events when it's online.
Yeah, it's because it's like different. It's also a different experience.
Yep, a different experience. And I think Wika and the student council handled it very well. She handled it very professionally and very organized. Even though it was online, she still managed to keep the students active and very engaging in the activities that the student council has prepared.
I'm also glad on that change because when I first heard that you were gonna be replaced, like, oh, that's a bummer because I actually really liked you as the president.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you were like very active. You're very engaging as well. But once Wira came out,
Wika.
Wika. Sorry, my bad. And once Wika came out, and then she was like, although it wasn't as like engaging as you are, she was still very active. I was actually kind of glad because it might. So it wasn't like a step down. It was just different.
It was different, but it's good.
Yeah, it's in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was also kind of glad on that.
Yeah.
And now she's also still doing a pretty good job as well.
Yep. So I think I've been president twice, and Wika has been president twice.
Who do you think is gonna be the next president?
Ooh.
This is gonna be an interesting one. Do you think is gonna be the next one?
Can one person be elected 3 times? Can Wika be the other president?
That could be possible.
Because if Wika were to elect, what should I say it? If she wanted,
be elected?
Yeah, if she wanted to go for president again, I think she would be elected. But if not for Wika, I think Chelsea, grade 11.
Oh, 11, yeah.
Chelsea.
Wait, Chelsea. That Chelsea. Sorry, I was thinking of my grade Chelsea. I forgot that was the old Chelsea as well.
I think Chelsea or Vincent or any other student of that matter has the potential to be the president of the student council.
Do you think it's possible for like someone my grade to be president as well?
It is possible, but I don't think the school allows that yet. I think only my grade can be the president, and
Only
your grade.
specifically your generation.
Yep, only my grade or my generation, as you would say it, can be the president, and your grade can be the vice president.
Yeah, I think my generation's got a good record of being vice president.
Yep.
I mean, there was Icha, there was Jason, and
There was
such.
Maxi.
All right, Messi was
Maxi was my vice president.
Yeah, he was vice president. He was also great as a vice president as well.
I do
very
like him.
charismatic.
Yep.
And this makes I'm actually quite want to know more of this. But before you were president, were you a good public speaker? Like, do you have had problems with talking to an audience?
Before I was the president of student council, I think my personality I was really an active student. I wasn't the type of student that would just stay quiet during classes or not do anything. I usually talk a lot. I ask questions a lot. At that time when I was in junior high school, wasn't afraid to ask anything, or I wasn't afraid to go talk to anyone. I was really an active and I was really an energetic person. And I think that really helped me into becoming a public speaker, because I think I started public speaking when I became house captain, when I became a public speaker, when I became the president of student council. That's the first, I think, let's say, experience that I've talked to an audience before.
So becoming a role, gaining that role actually allows you to actually improve as well as a person.
Yep.
There you have it, folks. Getting a role is actually good. You should become the next house captain. Who knows? You might be good at public speaking as well.
That's true.
Yeah, but there's also the other underlings, right? There's because it's not just the president and the vice president as
Nope.
well. You got other divisions now.
Yep. And other divisions is just
as good.
just as good, as important as a president, because without them, the president can't do anything.
Yeah, the president only takes cares of those divisions as well.
Yep. So the president needs to know what they're doing. The president needs to know the overview of the things that they will do, and they need to manage. They will need to manage their team, that they're going on the right track, that they're doing this well, and such.
Do you think that's a lot of pressure, considering that you've also got your studies as well? You have to work in tandem with both of them.
I think it's different. When I was in grade 8 or grade 9, I didn't really have pressure on studying. But right now, grade 10 or grade 11, you do have much pressure on studying. I think as a president or being in student council in grade 11 or grade 10, you really need to know when to prioritize your things. You need to know if you need to prioritize your studies first, or you need to prioritize the student council first. So I think it's different, high school and junior high school years.
So it's also a matter of experience as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
I see.
And it's a matter of whether you believe in your team or not.
Believe?
Believe. So when you're the president of the student council, you have a team. And in that team, you not only need to trust them, you need to believe in them.
So that they'll do their jobs.
Yep. So you need to have a conscience that they can do their jobs properly, that you need to believe that they can do their jobs properly, so that you won't have to take the burden yourself. You won't have to overthink, or you won't have to worry yourself at night that your team members won't do a good job. The first step that you need to do is just to believe in your team members.
That's how you manage to lay off the pressure.
Yep.
You are a Balinese student, correct?
Yes, so I'm a real Balinese. My dad is from Singaraja.
Really? From up north?
Yep, my dad is from Singaraja and my mom is from Tabanan.
Oh, actually, I haven't heard of it. Where is that? Tabanan?
I don't know the exact location where Tabanan is here in Bali.
Northwest, south, or...
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I do not know. But yep, it's in Tabanan. It's far from Denpasar. I think it's like a 1 hour and 1.5 hour ride from Denpasar.
And what's it like growing up? Because my previous guests, they're usually they've lived in Bali, but they maybe not an actual Balinese, so they don't immerse in the culture and such.
Yep. So as a Balinese person, you have to go through many ceremonies. Yep. When I was a kid, I would go to my parents' home village, to Tabanan or to Singaraja, and meet with other Balinese people. I would see many cultures of Bali there, tradition, and I was exposed to it when I was a young child. And so,
which village are you accustomed to? Because each village has their own culture, right?
each village have their own cultures, but essentially they all have the same concepts. Yep, they all have the same beliefs and all have the same concepts. For example, I remember this tradition as a child in Tabanan. I think it applies to all village as well. It applies to all Balinese as well. But before Galungan, the night before Galungan or the day before Galungan, we would choose a pig.
A
Choose
pig,
a pig.
okay.
We would take a pig and we would kill it.
Yeah, slaughter it.
Slaughter. Yeah, we would
Slit its
its throat, and then
Mhm.
we would use it to eat.
Yeah, of
So the pig symbolizes a laziness. No,
Oh,
not a demon. Laziness.
Yeah.
Laziness, and we would kill it. Just to symbolize.
I'm no longer lazy anymore.
Yeah, we're no longer lazy, or we're just doing something productive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the difference of being Balinese is that you're exposed to many different cultures of Bali when you're little, that you get so used that you get so used to
So
it.
the many ceremonies also become natural to you.
Yeah.
Like you will remember every single one.
Yes.
Well, yeah, for us non-Balinese to just feel like, woohoo, free holiday. That's for us.
Yep, that's free holiday. But when there's a holiday for you guys, we would go. For my case, for example, I would go to Singaraja, to pray.
Just to pray.
Just to pray. Yep.
I see. But I think it feels slightly more different because I've had different lives, like in Jakarta and in Bali, right?
Mm.
And I've definitely noticed that Bali is way more laid back, you would say.
What do you mean by laid back?
Because first of all, I'm not a Balinese, so I won't be as busy doing the ceremonies. As a result, there's a lot of holidays for that, and not only that, there's a lot of ceremonies. So it gets bundled up, and as a result, the total of holidays in Bali is way more than the holidays in Jakarta.
Yep.
As a result, it's more laid back. You got more free time and stuff like that. The environment also is definitely much more relaxing as well. I can definitely tell that as I just went to Jakarta a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
And the shift was, I am not prepared for the compactness.
It's crowded, right? In Jakarta, it's very crowded.
Not only is it crowded, it's also very narrow. I mean, I had to go into an apartment, and it's comparing it to the house I live in right now is such a difference.
I see.
And and also not only that, I look out of the window, it's also very muddy. It has more rain.
In Jakarta?
Well, okay, maybe that was because I was in that season. Maybe
I
maybe it's
see.
in the season, but even then, there's a lot of clouds. You will rarely see the blue skies.
I see.
So it's just.
Well, that's a very different environment in Bali
Yeah.
than in Bali.
I'm not saying that Jakarta is bad or anything, but it's just
Different.
It's different. So if you're not accustomed to it, you will definitely feel gloom in that.
Yep.
Have you ever went to different places that are in Bali?
I've only been to Jakarta. I've only been to Jakarta for a competition. That's it.
And you think it's just similar to my description?
Yep, it's very crowded. The road is very small, yet it has many cars and motorcycles around it, and it's very like what most people say. It's very crowded. It's very compact. Yeah.
But thankfully, there's something I can praise on Jakarta is that they always keep upping their game because there are some facilities that say, oh hey, they fixed the road, and oh hey, they actually repainted some facilities.
Yes, sure.
I can't say the same for the road I have right in front of me.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
still very, very rocky. So that's something I would give to Jakartans. Do you think that once you change from when you were in the national school, everyone was also Balinese as well. So as a result, when there's one Balinese ceremony going on, everyone also does that as well.
Yep. So at my previous school before Regents, when there's a traditional ceremony in Bali happening,
Everyone follows.
everyone does it at school.
At
So
school.
we would pray at school. Yep. We would usually be announced to go to school earlier to pray, and then we go to our regular classes.
So it doesn't stop the entire day
Nope.
just for that.
No.
I see.
Yeah.
And once you move to Regents, it's
It's different.
yeah,
quite
it's different. Not only is it it takes up the entire day, you've also met a lot of friends that aren't accustomed to your culture as well.
Yes.
It's a huge shift as well, isn't it?
Yes.
But did you think it's a bad thing that you met other people with different cultures?
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It's a new experience. I think it's a good thing That I meet new people that is different than me. I can learn their perspectives. I can learn their cultures more. I can learn so many things about them.
Just from variety.
Yeah.
I would say the same, despite being not Balinese. Just like learning from you, it was a lot of new stuff that I learned about Balinese. The fact that despite all of those different ceremonies, there's like one concept. It's like really, really, really interesting.
Yes.
You know. So that's all that we have for today. You wanna say something to the audience?
Yes, a message that I would like to say to the audience is that I want you to take care of your body as soon as possible. Start young, so in the future you won't regret it and you will live a healthy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the message that I want to say. I think I'm done. Thank you, Jamie.
Yep. Thank you very much for being on the show. Keyan, ladies and gentlemen, woohoo! And that's all that we have for today. Tune in for next week where we will be joining in on also a pretty special guest. But until next week, see you then.